I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. And that is a Poblano pepper. And it was crazy. I was looking through, and I don't think I've reviewed lots of stuff with Poblano pepper in it. But I don't think I've ever reviewed a Poblano pepper. If I did, it's not in the title, because I looked. So I have a Poblano pepper. Now, I'm not going to eat the whole thing, because, my goodness, it's a big pepper. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys some pretty cool info about the Poblano. I'm wearing my neck knife. This comes from Grimfrost. This was a gift from my girl, Chili Mama Bird. Very cool blade. All right, so let me, before I cut this thing open, let me tell you a little bit about the Poblano pepper. Or should I cut it open and eat it and do it all at the same time? Let's do that. Let's cut this thing open. I'll tell you what, it's got a very, very like leather, waxy kind of exterior. So a lot of times people will peel it. Look at that. How pretty, huh? What a beautiful pepper this is. Huh? In stunning Robbie vision. Here's the placenta I pulled out of it. I'm going to put it inside the other one, but look at this. You'll see why people use this, love this for cooking. If you want to stuff this. Now, I'm going to eat this, and before I do, let me tell you a little bit about this. The Poblano, it's a capsicum annuum, okay? It's a mild chili pepper originating in the state of Puebla, Mexico. Dried, though, here's the funny thing. Dried, it's not called a Poblano, it's called an ancho. So when you see ancho chili, just know that's a dried Poblano. Pretty cool. A lot of peppers are like that. It's from the Spanish word ancho, meaning wide, okay? Stuffed fresh, roasted. It's very popular. Okay, let me tell you. While Poblanos tend to have a mild flavor, occasionally they can be unpredictably hot. Isn't that funny? What does that remind you of? Another green pepper. Jalapenos do that. Different peppers from the same variety plant have been reported to vary substantially in heat, intensity. They ripen. Red Poblano is significantly hotter and more flavorful than the less ripe green, also like the jalapeno. The Scoville scale is 1 million to a 1.5 million. Excuse me, 1,000. What am I saying? 1,000 to 1,500. Really mild. So, but listen, when they do get red, they're significantly hotter. You know what it tastes like to me? It's very kind of grassy, very green. It's almost like a, you know, it's almost like jalapeno, Poblano, and Serrano all have a very similar, if you eat them, they're all very similar. It's just the severity of how strong the flavor is and the heat. Closely related to the mulatto, which is darker in color, sweeter in flavor, and softer in texture. The pasilla pepper is sometimes incorrectly called a Poblano, but it's not. They're distinctly different from true Poblanos. Preparation methods include, just to give you a little information about what you can do with this. Very fresh. Think of a jalapeno with no heat. It's kind of what it tastes like. The way you can prepare them, you can dry them, stuff them. in mole sauces or coated in whipped egg, capado, and fried. It's particularly popular during the Mexican Independence festivals as part of a dish called chili en nogada. And what that is it's a dish that incorporates green, white, and red ingredients corresponding to the colors of their flag. It may be considered one of Mexico's most symbolic dishes by its nationals. It's also widely used in a dish called chili relleno, which I love, which is so good. Poblanos are popular in the U.S. and can be found in grocery stores in the states bordering Mexico and urban areas. After being roasted and peeled, which improves the texture by removing the waxy skin, poblano peppers are preserved by either canning or freezing. All right, storing them in airtight containers keeps them for several months. When dried, poblano becomes flat, broad, flat, heart-shaped pod called a chili ancho chicken. Chili ancho, like I said earlier. That literally means wide chili or broad chili. Ancho chilies are often ground into a powder used as flavoring in various dishes. So I kind of gives you some information. Got some more cool cat shit, but you want to hear it? I knew you would. Beautiful day here. Some of these things I've probably said, but some of them are brand new. Lincoln was actually the very first president to ever have a cat living in the White House. He even brought in strays, believe it or not. Mary Todd Lincoln once asked if her husband had hobbies, to which she simply replied, cats. How cool is that? It's cool to me. The wealthiest cat was worth almost $13 million. When a British millionaire, Ben Rea, died, he left 7 million pounds, which is $13 million approximately, to his cat Blackie, which he left his family out of the will. But when Blackie died, that money was split between 3 cat charities. He really did. Boy, that dude loved cats, huh? Cat, this is one that blew me away. This is so cool. Listen to this one. Cats are more, listen to this. Cats are more genetically similar to humans than almost any other mammal. The cat genome is more similar to the human genome, even more than mice and dogs. Understanding genetic diseases in cats may help treat humans with similar diseases. Cats are awesome. We all know that owning a cat's good for your mental health. This is interesting. Cats understand cause and effect. Okay? According to a study, cats appear to stare, okay, at an empty box longer after hearing something being shaken inside it. So it knows something's in there. I'm going to wait for it. It's probably a characteristic of hunting animals. Animals that have a hunting nature. They get something's gonna happen. Almost instinct, Joe. Cats absolutely recognize their name. They just ignore it. Research shows that cats know their name when compared to similar sounding words and are more likely to recognize their name when said by their owner. This is, I've known this one, but this is not a stat I've read on the channel before. Cats from the same litter can have several different fathers. Each kitten in a litter can have a different biological father due to what's called heteropaternal fecundation. Here, you know what? It's not a good read. Please help me here, people. How would you pronounce that bottom word? Super, right there. How do you pronounce that without getting into trouble? Look at that word. And in the description box, spelling phonetically, how would you pronounce that? Because that's problematic. Just saying. Isn't that interesting, though? This is one. Okay, all cats are born with blue eyes. like most mammals. Kittens appear to have bluish eyes until they're about 6 to 7 weeks old, at which point their eyes become mature and begin producing melanin, which is coloring. I had one. I don't know what I did with it, but it's a fascinating cat statistic. I don't know what I did with it. It was a statistic about cats with white cats are far more likely, I think it was like 20% more likely to be deaf, 22% more likely to be deaf. Now, if you have a cat that has mixed colored eyes, like one blue eye and one green eye, that cat is like 40% more likely to be deaf. And if you have a cat with both blue eyes, I think it's like 80% likely that it's going to be deaf. It's very, very common in white cats, white furred cats. Anyhow, I'm a cat fan, and it's so cool to know about Abe. So let me tell you something weird that happened today. I made a video this morning reviewing some cheese sticks, not cheese sticks, beef sticks. Cat was under the table while I was playing. Anyway, after the video was over, I'm like, Squirrel, you want to go outside? She looked at me. I took 2 steps for the door. She went bolting to the door because she knows what outside means. So we come outside, and the minute we go outside, she has that kill chatter. Inside, she meows like a normal cat. The second we go outside, she doesn't do that meow. She does that kill chatter sound. So she comes out, and what she'll do is she'll come out, she'll wander on the grass, eat some grass. She does that every single day, just a little bit. She's had enough, she'll move on, and she'll look at a bird, and the birds tease her. They really do. Anyway, today she didn't do that at all. She turned and looked this way, okay? She gets down real low, she gets poofy tail. Her tail gets that big around. She squats down, gets in that real quiet, that stance, and then she starts doing the wiggling like her butt like she's about to take off. And I'm looking like, what in the world are you looking at? So I sat there, and I'm like, I didn't want to mess her hunt up, you know what I mean? She's got something in her sights. So I'm like, she sees something I can't see. Because there's a few things that were blocking my view. She had a completely different view of what she was looking at than I did. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to mess her hunt up. I'm just going to sit here. So I looked at my watch, did one of these numbers with a bezel. I sat there for 7 minutes while she didn't do the butt wiggle thing for 7 minutes, but throughout the 7 minutes, she probably 3 or 4 times it started up again. I'm like, okay, here we go. I had my phone out. I thought she was gonna pounce, and she didn't. She just kind of sat there. 7 minutes. Then, like it's no big deal, she just gets up and moves around. So she walks over to me and she rubs against me. So I pick her up and I walk over this way. As I walk this way, her head was like, she was looking around. She must have seen something. I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you in the description box. You're gonna see a link for all the normal stuff. No link for Poblano, but what a great pepper. Do you know what I mean though about like Poblano, Serrano, jalapeno? They're all sort of the same flavor, just varying levels of strength and heat. Just my opinion. Anyhow, 3 great new shirts in johnnyscoville.com, so go check out the shirts. One is the capsaicin. It's a wicked cool shirt, becoming very popular. And then the other 2 shirts, I'll let you go look at them. They're funny. Please check them out at johnnyscoville.com. Right there, my son. Right there, my brother. Right there, the challenges. Right there, all the brand new stuff for brand new chili heads. This is the season, people. 'Tis the season that we're all gonna eat peppers together. And this is important. If you're still watching, by the way, thank you so much. If this is the first season that you are going to eat peppers with me, in the comment section, say so. Say, hey, it's going to be our first season together. I want to know. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase the Heat.